Welcome back. So for today's yin class, I'm just going to take you through a nice full body stretch. We're going to hold each shape for about a minute or two. We're going to work on twists, chest openers, and hip openers. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and get started in our first shape, which will be child's pose. So go ahead and bring your big toes together, knees about mat width distance apart, nice and wide. And then go ahead and walk your hands forward. And keep your elbows nice and wide as you soften your forehead to the floor. And close your eyes. And then feel free to just stay here. If it's not comfortable for you to sit your hips all the way back to heels, perhaps just lift your hips up a little bit higher. And then see if this variation feels nice, just pressing the palms together like in prayer, and then bending at the elbows to reach the fingertips to face up towards the ceiling, or even resting the thumbs against the back of the neck. Feeling the stretch a bit more through the triceps, throughout the hips, all throughout the body. Just giving yourself the permission to find stillness, to slow down, and to relax. And slowing down physically, and just by holding these shapes without fidgeting or squirming, resisting those urges, and also finding stillness mentally. Just allowing the sensation of your breath to take over all the space in your mind. Let's pause for a moment and just to set an intention for your practice this morning. So perhaps it's sending loving kindness to someone, to yourself. And let's all breathe it in together. And take a nice slow inhale through your nose. Fill up. Again, feel the body as you breathe in. Pause at the top. And then just open your mouth. Allow your exhale to seep out of your body. Sink deeper. And draw a nice slow inhale through your nose. Breathing in your intention of loving kindness. Pausing at the top. And then slow exhale out through your mouth. And even more comfortable as you sink deeper into this shape and into your practice. Let's take one more breath in. Make this your fullest, deepest inhale so far. So maybe sip in a bit more air at the top. And then exhale, allow your breath out to release entirely. So empty your lungs. And release your hands back to the floor if they're not there already. Fan your fingers apart, and on your next inhale, like you're working through molasses, slowly bring yourself forward. We're going to make our way to Sphinx pose. So bring the forearms parallel to one another as you sink your hips to the ground. Straighten the legs, and maybe separate the feet a bit more. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. And then just allow yourself to kind of feel heavy and drop in between the shoulders. Grip down through your fingertips, press through your palms, and then on your inhale, push down through your forearms. Find more lift and more length. So your chin should be about parallel to the floor, so there's ample space between the chin and chest. Encourage your shoulders to glide down the back, and then energetically pull your elbows back towards your hips, and then just breathe here. Again, feel the body in this stretch. Feel the breath flow through the body at a natural rhythm.
And then see if you can disengage, relaxing a bit more through your glutes, through the feet, just sending your energy where you need it most. Let's take 3 breaths together here. So inhale, draw in love and light. And then as you exhale, just expel that same kind of energy into the room. Allow it to surround you. Another deep breath in. Feel the belly inflate. Belly button pressing into floor, giving you more space to lift higher. And then exhale. Just shedding those knots of tension. We'll take one more breath in and out. As you breathe out, go ahead and start to walk your elbows a little bit further apart. We'll create a pillow with the backs of the hands for the left cheek as you turn your head to your right. And then bring the elbows about parallel with the shoulders. We'll start to cactus the arms, so opening up to create a goalpost shape in the upper body. Still gazing towards your right, go ahead and soften the left cheek to the floor. Again, working slowly, exerting as little energy as possible. Start to slide the right hand back a bit. We're going to find a nice chest stretch here. So you're going to create a 90-degree bend through the arm with the elbow stacked over the wrist. Allow the right shoulder to drop towards the floor, and then start to make your way to stacking the hips so that your right hip is over the left. Continue to encourage the left shoulder down towards the ground, and then adjust as you need. You should feel this stretch pretty deeply through the chest and shoulder. You might notice it may become a bit more difficult to breathe, especially if you have a lot of tightness in that area. So I encourage you to breathe a little bit more deeply. Send more concentration towards the breath, drawing the inhales further down the belly. And then again, allowing those exhales to release the tension. 2 more breaths here. Last breath. And go ahead and keep your right palm planted where it's at. We'll just go ahead and drop both hips to the floor. Inhale, press through the right palm just to find more lift through the chest. And then now we're going to thread the left arm underneath the right. So now the left arm is crossed underneath the body, keeping the left cheek on the floor. We'll start to rotate open. So again, stacking the right hip over the left. And start to bring the chest to face up towards the ceiling. And then release the right arm to your side. Ground both shoulder blades. Lift your gaze up towards the ceiling now. Breathe in. Feel the heart lift and rise. And then on your breath out, if you'd like to drop your head to face the right hand, feel free. Now feeling that twist through the spine. And so it's okay if that right knee lifts. Just encourage the right hip to pull away. We're holding these shapes long enough so that you can make your way into them. Feel it. Notice where you feel the tension, the stretch, or disengagement and relaxation. And then adjust the stretch for your body. So perhaps that means dropping the knee further down or lifting it a bit higher. Maybe that means encouraging the shoulder blades to draw together beneath the back to lift the chest. And let's take 3 more breaths. So much to feel in this twist. Be present with those sensations. Final breath. Again, moving slowly, really mindful of the energy that you're exerting in this class as you slowly unwind. So coming back to your bellies, unthreading the left arm from under the body and recactusing the arms. Turn your head to your left, and again, if you like to, create that pillow with the hands. Feel free as you release the right cheek down. And pause for a moment, and then really allow yourself to disengage, relaxing through the low back, through the feet, through the quads, the shoulders, through the face. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, allow your body just to be heavy, dead weight on the floor, sinking deeper into your mats. And slowly start to slide the left hand back as you lift the elbow up. So you're creating that 90-degree bend for the arm, encouraging the shoulders to press down into the floor. Take a breath in, breath out. Next, inhale, press through the left palm as you start to stack the hips. So left hip over right. And then if you'd like, you can step the foot behind you. And then again, feel this stretch, this time through the right shoulder, right chest. Breathing here. Adjusting as you need. And let's take 2 more breaths. Pulling all your attention towards the feeling of the stretch and the breath of the body. It's okay if other thoughts drift into your mind. Just keeping your breath as that anchor to keep you here, so come back to it. And gently release your hips back onto the floor so that you're on the belly. We're going to press through that left palm, lift up slightly, and then thread the right arm underneath the body. So resting a little bit of your weight on that right arm, and then we'll start to open up to our twist. So bringing the chest to face the ceiling, releasing the left arm to your side, stacking the hips, and then maybe turning your gaze towards the left hand, left shoulder, soft gaze through the eyes or behind the eyelids if you choose to keep your eyes closed. Fewer distractions. Just staying really present here on your mat, in your body. Maybe coming back to the intention that you set, devotion to someone, to breathing in that loving kindness, that you are that light. So just watch it illuminate as you continue to connect deeper within yourself. Two more breaths here. Really deepening the breath to massage the abdominal organs. Rinse out the spine. And then from here, rather than unwinding, again, taking the path of least resistance, go ahead and make your way onto your back. So now sit bones will find the floor. You can bend both knees. And step the feet mat width distance and then just let the knees kiss inward. Arms where it's comfortable for you, so maybe remaining at a T, maybe cactusing overhead. And take a breath in, feel the chest lift and expand up like you're breathing in helium. And then breath out again, dead weight to the floor, sink deeper, relax and disengage. Coming back to the breath. And we'll stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, begin to toe heel your feet, hip width distance, that way that the feet stack under the knees. Feet running parallel to one another. You can adjust your pelvis so it's neutral, tucked under. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and draw the right knee in towards the chest and then really gently interlace the fingers around the shin. Start to draw the right knee in closer towards the armpit and shoulder. Avoid putting any pressure on the rib cage. Notice if your shoulders start to creep up to your ears. Again, allow them to soften, create space. And then stay here still, just breathing into the compression of the right hip. And rather than fidgeting, if you'd like to find movement, just find a gentle windshield wipe of the knee and shin side to side, or maybe just rolling around through the ankle. Again, exerting as little energy as possible. Reining in that energy back into the body with stillness. Take a breath in. And on your breath out, we'll find a figure 4, so crossing that right ankle over the left thigh. You can relax the left hand atop the hip to encourage it to stay anchored as you press the right thigh away. Flex the foot if you'd like, just to encourage more space through the knee joint. Take a breath in. Breath out. And if this is enough for you, stay here. This is plenty. Again, we're aiming not so much to force this stretch in the muscles, but we're holding the stretch long enough that the muscles relax and we stretch the fascia, the connective tissue that surrounds the body from head to toe, underneath the skin, above the muscle. But if you can passively stretch, feel free to thread the right arm in between the window of the legs. Interlace the fingers around the left shin or hamstring. And stay here, relaxed, unengaged, and present. And again, if you're having trouble keeping your thoughts here, maybe count your breath out. So inhaling for a count of 4 or 5. And pausing at the top of your inhale, holding the breath in your lungs for 6 or 7. And then counting the breath out through the nose or mouth for 8 or 9. Take your inhale for 5. Pausing here for 6 or 7. And then as you exhale for your count of 8 or 9, gently release the left foot to the floor. And we'll find another twist. So this time, maintain the connection between the right ankle, left thigh as you drop your left knee to the floor. Extend your right arm to your side along with your gaze. And then start to encourage that right knee to pull away from the body. So like there's a thread attached to the right hip, pulling through that right thigh bone. Feel it draw away from you rather than drawing the knee closer towards you. So feeling this stretch through the body, and then becoming more mindful of your experience of the asana. And sometimes when we're opening up through the hips, there's a lot of resistance. Unexpressed emotions beginning to bubble up to the surface. You're in a safe space. You've carved out the time to be here, so show up for yourself and be present with the emotions that arise. And on your next breath in, we'll slowly begin to lift the left leg back up, finding our figure four shape and turning the head back to center. And then go ahead and release the right foot to the floor. And then let's pause for a moment here, relaxing the arms where it's comfortable for you. And then just feel the difference on the right side versus the left side. So knowing that you are fully responsible for that mini transformation. So taking a moment of gratitude for yourself and for your body. We'll move on. And keeping the right foot planted firmly to the floor, draw the left knee into the chest and slowly, gracefully interlace the fingers around the left shin. Pull the knee in tight towards the armpit and then stay still here, or find a really gentle and mindful sway side to side. Bringing your attention and awareness to the left hip. Breathe deeply. And on your next breath out, go ahead and find your figure four shape, crossing the left ankle over the right thigh. Begin to flex the foot, toes towards the knee, and then relax. So you still have that overall shape and flexion in the foot while creating space through the knee. Resting the right hand atop the hip, and then encouraging the left leg to pull away from you, opening up through the outer hip. And then again, noticing if you're redirecting the tension from your hip that we're releasing elsewhere in the body. So again, softening through jaw, through shoulders, maybe even through your eyes. Sometimes I close my eyes shut so tightly I don't even realize. So see if you can soften your gaze behind your eyelids, even in the eye sockets. Breathe in and breathe out. And stay here, but if you're ready to go a bit deeper, and you can do so passively, you can interlace the fingers around the right shin as you thread the left arm through. If that's not comfortable, feel free to keep the right foot to the floor, continually encouraging the left hip to pull away. And counting the breath. And keeping your mind focused on your intention, at the same time staying present. Feel free to count the breath, inhaling for 4 or 5, exhaling for 6 or 7, rather pausing for 6 or 7, and then exhaling for 8 or 9. Let's breathe in for 4 or 5, pause for 6 or 7, and then as you breathe out, you can release the foot to the floor if you took that variation. Maintain the figure 4 shape through the legs as you drop the left foot to your right. Encourage the hip to pull away. Extend your left arm to your side and drop your head to your left. And breathing here, feeling that knee pull away, outer hip stretch. Feeling the heart open up, feeling that twist through the neck, and then experiencing the shape. Stay here. Knowing that your yoga practice is so much more than just the shapes that we make. So don't sell yourself short. It's experience of the movements, the synchronicity with the breath that creates a deeper connection and awareness to that connection until it becomes a knowing. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Next inhale, begin to unwind, turning your head back to center, releasing the cross of the legs. And then pausing for a moment, arms where it's comfortable for you, just to feel that shift. Feeling a bit more balance between the right and left sides. And then again, cultivating a deep attitude of gratitude for the body, for its willingness to change and evolve and transform. Your next breath in, draw both knees into the chest. You can wrap the forearms around the shins or just have a loose grip of the kneecaps. And cultivating that love and kindness deep within your heart. I'm grateful for your body, your breath, and your resolve to show up for yourself with your practice. And take a deep breath in, and hugging yourself tightly, and then on your breath out, just release your legs long for your final Savasana. Taking a moment to adjust the body, drawing the shoulders together, allowing the heels to splay open, turning the palms face up, just to really feel the buzzing energy that you have created all around you. I encourage you to remain in your final Shavasana for as long as you need, as long as you can. I'd like to finish off the practice with the Wholehearted Parenting Manifesto by Brene Brown. It's a beautiful read that applies to more than just parenting. Above all else, I want you to know that you are loved and lovable. You will learn this from my words and actions. And the lessons on love are in how I treat you and how I treat myself. I want you to engage with the world from a place of worthiness. You will learn that you are worthy of love, belonging, and joy every time you see me practice self-compassion and embrace my own imperfections. We'll practice courage in our family by showing up, letting ourselves be seen, and honoring vulnerability. We will share our stories of struggle and strength, and there will always be room in our home for both. I will teach you compassion by practicing compassion with ourselves first, then with each other. We will set and respect boundaries and will honor hard work, hope, perseverance. Rest and play will be family values as well as family practices. I want you to know joy, so together we will practice gratitude. I want you to feel joy, so together we will learn how to be vulnerable. When uncertainty and scarcity visit, you will be able to draw from the spirit that is a part of our everyday life. Together we will cry and face fear and grief, and I will want to take away from your pain, but instead I will sit with you and teach you how to feel it. We will laugh and sing and dance and create. We will always have permission to be ourselves with each other. No matter what, I'll always be here, and you will always belong here. As you begin your wholehearted journey, the greatest gift I can give is for you to live and love with my whole heart and to dare greatly. I will not teach or love or show you anything perfectly, but I will let you see me, and I will always hold sacred the gift of seeing you, truly, deeply seeing you. Namaste.